Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU Audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Vocational Education and Training, SOVIT, Diploma in Business Process Outsourcing Finance and Accounting, DBPOFA, revised. BPOI 103 Procure to Pay, P2P, Accounts Payable, Unit 9 Quality Checks. 9.0 Objectives. The objectives of this unit is to familiarize the learners with importance of quality control in the outsourced process, how quality controls are implemented, what happens when quality checks fail, and how we can deliver high quality of services. 9.1 Introduction. When a client agrees to outsource the process to another party, it must make sure that the service levels provided to its vendors, timely and accurate payments, proper replies to their payment queries are not compromised. To ensure that these service levels are maintained or improved by outsourcing the P2P process, the client gets into some service level agreements, SLAs, with the service provider. The terms of the agreement also specify any penalties that the service provider may have to pay in case the service levels are violated. The service provider, in turn, must make sure that the team which is working in the P2P process is enabled to provide the service according to the service level agreements, SLAs. There are enough checkpoints in the system to make sure that the team achieves the SLAs. These checkpoints can be in the form of early warning signals or direct indicators of something that has already happened that will come in the way of the outsourcing team in meeting their SLAs. Look at the screen. Fig. 9.2. The AP process. The quality checks are the controls implemented at various points in the process to make sure that the team's output is of high standard and as per the agreed requirement of the client. In case these controls indicate that the team is at risk of not meeting client's requirement, then the corrective actions are taken immediately. As shown in the AP team structure, Fig. 9.1, the quality control team reports to the AP operations manager but is also independent of its direct control. For the quality control team to function effectively, it is a must to give them this independence so that they can report the quality status of the processes without any bias or undue influence. 9.2 Quality checks for various stages in the P2P process. Let us look at the AP process cycle again as shown in Fig 9.2. The various steps where the quality checks are implemented in the P2P process are 1. Setting up vendors. 2. Receiving the documents, invoices, and scanning them. 3. Indexing the documents. 4. Creating and assigning invoice processing requests. 5. Processing the invoice, matching the invoice, and entering invoice data in the ERP. 6. Processing payments. 7. Answering vendor queries. Let us discuss the quality controls that are implemented to the above mentioned steps. 9.2.1 Setting up vendors. As discussed in Unit 3, accuracy is the most important quality measure for the vendor setup process. Since inaccuracies in the vendor setup can create a lot of problems later, usually all the vendor setup requests are audited for accuracy. The following items are checked for accurate data entry. 1. Vendor name. 2. Vendor's address, business address as well as remittance address. 3. Vendor's tax identification number. 4. Vendor's contact person and contact information. 5. Vendor's bank account information. A. Bank name. B. Bank branch location. C. Bank account number and routing number. D. Swift code for vendor's bank in case of international payments. Note: Swift is a secure payment system for banks to transfer money to each other internationally. Swift code identifies a bank uniquely and in case of P2P transactions it forms a part of the vendor's bank account information so that the client can transfer money to the vendor's account using wire transfer mechanism. E. Bank contact's name and contact information. In case any errors in data entry are found out, they are corrected. 9.2.2 Receiving the documents, invoices, and scanning them. For the scanning station, it is important that the team is able to record and track each document that is received and that the documents are scanned quickly. The quality checks implemented at scanning station are: 1. If all the paper documents that have been received are recorded. 2. If all the paper documents that have been recorded are scanned. 3. If all the paper documents that have been recorded are stored, filed, safely in a place where they can be retrieved again if the need arises. 4. If all the paper documents were scanned within the agreed time after being received. These measures make sure that none of the documents received at the scanning station is misplaced and they are scanned in a timely manner. To manage the volumes and track the number of documents handled, the scanning is done in batches. For example, the scanning is done in the lots of 25 documents at a time. If 220 documents are received in a day, then the scanning station will create 9 batches, 8 batches of 25 documents each and 1 batch of 20 documents. Dividing the entire sets of documents into smaller lots helps to distribute the workload to various scanning team members and also manage a large number of documents without missing out on any one of them. Reconciliation is done when the scanning team hands over the documents to the AP team to make sure that nothing is missed out. After scanning, the team lead reconciles the work that was distributed to all the team members against what was assigned to them. For example, if 25 documents were assigned to a person, the team leader checks if the team member has created 25 images in his scanning batch and returned 25 paper documents to be filed. If he did the scanning within the allotted time. 9.2.3 Indexing the documents. For the team that indexes the documents, it is important that the indexing is done accurately and within the agreed time. The scanned images come to the team in batches and are assigned to the members in batches. The quality checks implemented during indexing are: 1. If all the scanned documents that were received have been indexed. 2. Whether the indexing has been done correctly. 3. Whether there are any duplicate documents, duplicate invoices may be received, as some vendors send invoices through multiple channels: mail, fax, email, etc. 4. Whether the indexing was done in a timely manner. The team reconciles the no of scanned documents assigned to a member against the number of documents returned. However, to make sure that the indexing was done accurately, a sample of indexed documents is taken to check on accuracy. For example, 20% of the invoices from each batch are taken as a sample. This sample is checked by another team member for accuracy of the indexing information that has been recorded against the document. If this sample passes the quality check for accuracy, it is assumed that the rest of the batch is accurately documents undergoes the accuracy check. In case the agreement with the client is to sample 100% of the invoices, then the process is defined in the workflow in such a manner that all the invoices undergo A second round of quality check within the invoice processing team itself. 9.2.4 Assigning invoices for processing. Invoices are sorted based on various parameters and assigned subsequently to team members. The team leader checks for 1. Whether all the documents are assigned are completed by the team. 2. Whether any member is not overloaded with assigned requests compared to others. The numbers of indexed documents received are reconciled with the total number of documents sorted to locate if any document is indexed but not sorted. The invoices are assigned by the team leader based on the experience and productivity of the individual team members. 9.2.5 Processing the invoice. For invoice processing, the important things are 1. That the invoices are taken up for processing in time. 2. If the invoices have been put on hold, it has been with a valid reason, waiting for the GRN, approval from the buyer, clarification from the buyer. 3. If the hold has been removed from the invoice, it is done with a valid reason, whether the valid approval was received or the issue was resolved. 4. Whether the invoices are accurately processed, invoice data entered in the ERP is correct. 5. Whether the credit notes have been correctly processed. 6. Whether the invoices were cleared for payments on time. The fact that the invoices were taken up for processing in time, after getting assigned, and were cleared for payments on time, is established by auditing the timestamps put by the workflow tool on the transactions whenever the invoice is opened for processing in the workflow tool or any other transaction is done on it. The tool records the date and time at which it happened. This is called as a timestamp. Similarly, when the invoice is completely processed and the transaction is completed in the workflow, the time is recorded by the workflow. For example, if a member of the invoice processing team opens an invoice that is assigned to him for processing at 4:03 p.m. on 13th October 2018, it is recorded in the workflow tool. If he completes the processing of the invoice by 4:19 p.m. on 13th October 2018, this is also recorded in the workflow tool as a timestamp. Using these timestamps, the QC team as well as process manager can assess whether the invoices were taken up for processing in time and whether the processing was completed on time. The invoice processing teams use quality control checklists to make sure that all the activities that need to be carried out to process the invoice are completed. Note: a sample checklist for invoice processing is provided in Fig. 9.3. Whether the invoices and credit notes have been accurately processed and whether they have been put on hold for a valid reason is checked by taking a sample of processed and on hold invoices and checking them for accuracy. Fig. 9.3. Invoice Processing Checklist. Look at the screen. 9.2.6 Processing Payments. The payment process is an important process where processed invoices are cleared for payment. Some of the important items which are taken care before confirming a payment batch are: 1. Whether there are any duplicate payments. 2. Whether there are any erroneous payments, incorrect amount being paid. 3. Whether there are any invoices that are being paid later than their due date. 4. Whether all payment instructions sent to the bank are executed successfully. 5. Whether the payment rejections are reconciled and fixed. To make sure that the payment run has been run properly, the pay-through date is checked by another member of the team. The preliminary payment register is checked by the team leader. The team also reconciles the payment confirmation report sent by the bank and fixes the payment rejects. 9.2.7 Answering vendor queries. For the vendor help desk team, which receives and replies to vendors' queries, it is important that vendor queries are answered courteously, correctly, and in time. The queries can be over a telephone call or email. The team needs to ensure that 1. Each query, whether by phone or email, is attended to and tracked to closure. Closure indicate that the query has been responded to and need not be pursued any further. 2. The responses over the phone and email are polite and courteous. 3. The issues raised in the queries are properly addressed. 4. The queries have been closed in time that has been agreed in the service level agreement. To ensure quality, the incoming calls from the vendors are recorded and the quality controllers listen to a sample of calls to make sure that the person who answered the call responded appropriately. Each query received from the vendors is also logged into an IT application which generates a ticket number and tracks the response to the query till it is closed. A sample of queries is taken for checking whether the response to the query was appropriate or not, and the timestamps for various stages of the query are checked to make sure that the response was sent in time. 9.3 Consequences of poor quality control. The outsourcing team has direct access to the financial systems of the client. Since the data is very sensitive and an error can prove very costly for the client as well as the outsourcing service provider, the outsourcing team must accord highest priority in maintaining and monitoring quality controls and taking corrective actions. Poor quality controls in P2P processes can result in 1. Monetary loss for the client in the form of A. Duplicate and inaccurate payments. The duplicate payments result in pressure on the working capital of the client and also results in direct loss, as some payments cannot be retrieved. B. Credit notes getting processed as invoices. The client ends up paying the vendor the money that vendor was trying to return. C. Frauds perpetrated by the employees or the vendors. 2. Loss of client's reputation. A. When the vendors do not get paid in time, the word gets around in the business community about the poorly managed business process. B. The vendors do not sell to the client at the best possible commercial terms. Good vendors may also be unwilling to do business with the client. C. A high amount of payables and unreconciled payments showing on the financial statements also indicate poor financial control and damage the reputation of the client. 3. Dissatisfaction among the vendors due to A. Vendors not getting paid on time. B. Invoices being lost or untraceable when the vendor query is received. C. Their queries on payment status not getting the proper response. 4. Loss of reputation and money for the service provider. A. When incidents of poor quality come to the attention of the client, it results in embarrassing situation for the service provider and a loss of face for him. B. It leads to loss of client's confidence and trust and may result in loss of business. 5. Loss of money for the outsourcing service provider. A. Client may impose a penalty on the outsourcing service provider for the poor quality performed. B. Sometimes the client may also have an agreement with the service provider that a part of the fee to be paid by the client to the service provider will be subject to the service provider maintaining a certain quality level and SLAs. The teams working on the outsourced processes need to pay maximum attention to the quality. The emphasis on these issues cannot be diluted or compromised at any time, even at the cost of turnaround time. Here are some real-life incidents that resulted due to quality-related weaknesses in the process. The client was to pay a vendor $4,000 US $4,000. But due to a data entry error of not putting the decimal while processing the invoice, the payment instruction was generated for $400,000 US $400,000. The payment process had not implemented the control for reviewing high-value payments and the payment went through. The client had a tough time recovering the money from the vendor. While setting up a payment run, the pay-through date was set up as 12th June instead of 13th June. Due to this, about 38 invoices, which were to be paid on 13th June, were paid late and the SLA performance for on-time payments fell from 97% to 74%. A credit note for more than $1,000 was processed as an invoice, and the vendor was paid an additional $11,000 while he was trying to return that amount which he owed to the client. An invoice received in the mail room was missed out for scanning, due to which it did not get processed. However, in a few days, the vendor called up to ask about the status of the payment. Since the help desk team could not trace the invoice, they asked him to send another copy of the invoice over fax. The fax copy was processed for payment, and after a few days, the original was discovered and that was processed too. The client ended up making a duplicate payment by processing of duplicate invoices. The invoice was put on hold and sent for approval to the buying manager. The manager did not respond and the invoice processing team did not send him any reminders. As a result, the invoice could not be paid in time. 9.4 Measures to enhance quality of services. We can enforce quality controls with the help of a quality control team, but that can only help to a certain extent, since controlling quality for 100% of the process is very costly and in some cases not feasible. The best approach is to have the process teams adopt these measures willingly and follow these in a strict and disciplined manner. This can be done by 1. Sensitization of the team members to the importance of their task and the tremendous responsibility that the client has entrusted them with. Additionally, the consequences of weak quality control can be shared with them so that the teams realize that their actions can have very damaging effect also. 2. Training the teams to follow quality controls strictly. The teams also need to realize that inaccurate processing of transactions leads to more rework later, which can also affect the overall SLAs adversely. Teams can also hold frequent meetings where members can discuss the errors that have occurred recently, along with the consequences, any lessons learnt out of the mistakes and how to avoid such error in the future. 3. Using quality tools like checklists, cause and effect diagrams, also called fish bone diagram, Pareto charts, etc., to address defects in the systems. 4. Regular collection of metrics and other performance data to find out if any corrective action needs to be taken. 5. Giving quality-related responsibility to the operations teams and rotating the job responsibilities between quality and the rest of AP team. 6. Sharing and publishing the achievements of the AP team against the SLA targets in a transparent manner. This is important so that each member of the team is aware of the team performance and what each one of them needs to do to make it better. 7. Sharing best practices followed within one process team with other teams so they can learn from them and apply these practices to their day-to-day working. 8. Regular quality audits of the processes. 9.5 Role and responsibilities of a quality control specialist. As discussed earlier, the quality control team is responsible for the development and implementation of quality management systems and procedures. It plays a significant role in helping the operations teams achieve their goals and meet the service level agreements. The main responsibilities of a member of the quality team are to explain the requirements of clients to AP teams and identify the ways in which the AP teams can meet them, to analyze various metrics and identify the areas of improvement, inspect, sample, and test the entire business process to check the quality of process and ensure that the quality goals are met. Review existing processes and procedures and develop new plans to improve the existing quality system. Ensure that procedures conform to all the applicable regulations and laws. Suggest corrective actions and review and assess the effectiveness of changes made. A member of the quality control team needs to have the following skills. 1. Excellent analytical skills so that they can filter key points from complex data and develop plans accordingly. 2. Effective communicators and excellent motivators. 3. Good report writing skills to be able to report facts in a reliable and unbiased manner. 4. Familiarity with the methodologies, tools, and concepts of quality management. 5. Excellent planning skills, able to lead initiatives through to completion. 6. Customer oriented and a good eye for details. 9.6 Summary. When a process is outsourced to another party, the service provider and the client agree on the service level agreements on the services to be provided. To make sure that the service provider's team is able to meet these SLAs, the team needs to put in place various quality control measures at various points in the process. These quality controls act as early warning signals and also indicate if something has happened in the process that will come in the way of the team achieving its target SLAs. The quality controls and their implementation should be given the highest priority by all the teams, as this can result in financial and reputation losses both for the client as well as service provider. Apart from an independently functioning quality control team, the AP operations teams should be enabled to put quality controls into their day-to-day functioning. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video.